Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Future Forward Sales Podcast. I'm your host, Lynn, and today I'm joined by our special guest, Jay Becker. We have an incredible conversation for you that you are going to want to tune into because we're going to talk about how to almost remove transaction fees and increase profit margins. This is a powerful conversation. And entrepreneurs hire Jay to almost entirely remove transaction fees because most businesses are using payment processors that are expensive, outdated, and unreliable. So Jay helps companies radically increase their profit margins. Bottom line, Jay will maximize your take home revenue and stop letting fossils process your transactions. And the beautiful thing is that Jay can explain crypto to a grandma. So I'm not
Uh,
there yet, but maybe someday. But Jay, welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Um,
Yeah, I am really excited for this conversation. And before we get started, if any of you are joining us for the first time, make sure you don't miss a single episode by subscribing to Future Forward Sales wherever you get your podcasts. And while you're there, why don't you go ahead and click 5 stars for your review? We would appreciate it. All right, so Jay, let's get right into this. I'd love to hear from you about what inspired you to get started helping people remove transaction fees.
sure, I would love to. Yeah, so my origin story. It started out. I was a dark and stormy night. No, I was a crypto researcher, so uh, sounds fancy. Essentially, what I would do is look at a small project that doesn't have a high cap, do a bunch of research on it, publish a report, and then people can benefit from that. So that was going well, and but I got to thinking one day, and I was like, all right, so I can buy crypto, and I can hold crypto, and I can sell it for other crypto, but like the whole point is to actually do stuff with it, right? And so I was I was thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, I had this thought in my head, and I was like, okay, well, but at the same time, right? um it's all open source, right? So theoretically, tools and software should be built on this that I could. Anyway, so I went on a whole researching spree. Like I went to the second page of Google. I went to, I random Reddit threads, Twitter posts, like blog, 2-year-old blog post. Like it was all over the internet. And I finally found this beautiful piece of software, and essentially what it enables you to do is it plugs very nicely into whatever system, invoicing, point of sales, WooCommerce, whatever, and you can start accepting crypto. And not just now, sure, that sounds nice and that's amazing, but the beauty of it, the true beauty of it, is that um, because you're using, if you say you use the Lightning Network or some of these really fast, cheap networks, you can be paying fractions of a cent on your transactions internationally. Like it doesn't matter where the person's at, which is really cool. So that's kind of how I got into it. I was just I knew that there had to be a solution, and I wanted some place to spend my hard-earned crypto, and so I combined those two things, and out popped a solution that radically reduces transaction fees. It's really incredible.
Yeah, so I'd love to learn more about how you do this and about the process. I mean, you've alluded to it here, so let's dive a little deeper.
Sure. So for starters, you go to GitHub and you download a repository. Then you set up your Docker. Sorry. I like to people with the technical jargon just watch their eyes glaze over. No. Yeah, so how it works is I go in and I set up a, or you can do this yourself if you're technically inclined. You can set up a essentially on your own. You rent a server, right, and then you get this well, let's say this program set up and running on it, and then you connect it to whatever you're working on, and once it happens, it seamlessly integrates with your current payment systems, and you can start accepting crypto. There's um it's yeah it's it can be difficult to set up, but that's the beauty of but once it's set up, it's running, working, it's working fine. And I lost it in a tangent, sorry. lost my train of thought there. But yeah, so yeah, once it's set up, it seamlessly integrates with the rest of your network. And then, of course, the important thing is once you can start using this powerful technology, is that you need to let your customers know, right? Because you can accept crypto all day long, but if no one wants to pay for their stuff, then it's meaningless, right?
Right.
So just advertise, send it out to your email list, tweet about it, whatever your channels are, let people know that you're harnessing this powerful new technology. And another really cool thing you could do too, to really get more customers, is by passing on the savings onto the actual product. So for example, if you have to pay 3% in transaction fees,
Yeah.
which is, I believe, industry standard, you could have that. And so you could say, hey, if you pay with Bitcoin on the Lightning Network, you will have to pay 1.5% less. And normally that's pretty great, right? Giving discounts
Yeah.
to your customers is good. But here's what makes it even better. So anytime you want to cash out of cryptocurrency, when you want to exchange your Bitcoin, your Monero, or heaven forbid your Dogecoin to U.S. dollars, you have to pay a premium on that. 1 to 2%. And so not only could people, crypto holders, cash out to goods and services, but they could do it cheaper than if they were to do any other way. It's yeah, it's absolutely revolutionary, because since the actual payment processing application is running on your own hardware, you control everything, right? So there's no third party. No third party is getting your data. No third party, can shut you down if they don't like the goods or services you're providing. Um, and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of technology.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously it sounds like it's complex, though, not for the faint of heart or technical amateurs. And I imagine there's also some compliance issues, or is anything like that that has come up that sort of held you back that you had to get sorted?
The main issue is as you said, it's incredibly technically complex. Getting this set up, have a history in web development and back end stuff, and it took me like a full week of troubleshooting, of looking through logs and using arcane Linux commands to get this set up. But once I got it working, once I got set up, it's really easy to get set up. As far as compliance issues, um, there really isn't anything. A lot of people think that crypto's this unregulated, dangerous mess, and some cases, yes. But no, there's absolutely nothing, at least that I know of, that is stopping anyone from accepting cryptocurrency. I mean, you don't need what I provide. Technically, all you need is just a wallet, and you say, hey, I want my invoice paid, here's my address, and then they send you the Bitcoin, you verify that's from the correct address, bam, you're done. Like that's all you really need. The tools that I'm talking about, all that is just to make your life a little bit easier.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you're working with clients, what's one of the things that holds them back?
Typically, it's the crypto coefficient. When people start like me start talking about cryptocurrency, it's like, oh dear, here it comes, right? Um, yeah, no, there's a lot of the common misconceptions I think a lot of people have about cryptocurrency, whether it's environmentally damaging. Spoiler alert, it's actually the opposite. It
Yeah,
helps
I was, yeah.
subsidizes green energy, which is like, what? Like, that's amazing. Or that, hey, I had one person say, it could disappear tomorrow, and I'm like, well, not quite. um, Based off of it's a distributed ledger, and anyways, so I think the lot of the common common misconceptions about cryptocurrency is normally a big hindrance factor. Um, but I think once you can get over that, you can see just how transformative this is, because you can start, not that you would, but you could have clients in Nigeria. You could start getting clients all around the world. People that can't have access to a bank account have access to cryptocurrencies. Like homeless people have access to cryptocurrencies. All right. Again, maybe not the ideal target demographic here, but my point being, you can reach everybody. Like it's not limited based off of region or race or ethnicity or anybody, and that is the power of it, is that it opens you up to a large amount of whole new
Potential.
demographic. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and as a sweet bonus, you save on transaction fees, which is what this is
Yeah.
all about.
Well, and we are in a global economy, and we don't need to, our clients can be anywhere in
Yeah.
the world. And that sounds, and of course, anything that's new, there's going to be misinformation. And although
Yeah.
crypto isn't exactly new anymore, it's still got that new feel,
I mean,
and it can be
it's pretty new.
scary. Yeah, well, it's been around a little bit now, but it can still
Hmm.
be, like I said, misinformation. It can be scary.
Yep.
And so that's one of the things that I think it's really important that, if you were going to advise our listeners, what should they do next, to really learn more about this, um, what would that
Yeah.
be?
There's this one amazing book. I haven't personally read it, but I heard a lot of interviews with the author. It's called The Bitcoin Standard. And what it
Okay.
does is it looks at, and I always point to, if people want to know more about cryptocurrency, I always point them to Bitcoin because in my opinion has the best economical case. Might hear other altcoins is what they're called, like Ethereum, and I love those. I'm a huge fan of those projects, but that again requires a lot more technical knowledge. Bitcoin is fairly easy to understand. And in the book, The Bitcoin Standard, he has made the best case using Austrian economics, which is a economic school of thought, on why exactly it's powerful. And he does it, from my understanding, in a non-technical way. So you could go pick it up and you could understand the concepts because, yeah, it's not as complex as some people would have you think.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's a great piece of advice, and we'll be sure to include that link to the Bitcoin Standard. And I think this has really been a fascinating conversation because, for businesses to think about a different way that they can do business and that it opens up a lot of additional, well, a whole world of markets for them, for their products and services. So Jay, thank you so much. I really appreciate your sharing how to almost remove transaction fees
You
and
still have to pay
increase
some.
and, and, and increase profit margins. Yeah, but that's cutting it in half,
No.
when you think about 3% to 1.5%. So that's a lot.
Well, no, and
I,
no. You keep one. Yeah, no. It's even 1.5. Even if you want to cash out immediately, which I know you're wrapping up, but like even if you want to like cash out immediately into fiat, you would still only be paying 1%, 1 to 2%, and so I mean, of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but Bitcoin has most conservatively gone up 200% over a year. So if you want to balance out the sheets and provide a hedge against inflation, that too. It's just, yeah. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, no, no,
Don't let me
no, that's
interrupt you.
great. That's
Yeah.
actually another piece of valid information, especially when you're for your business and your underlying profit. If you have funds in a source that when you go to transfer them into a different monetary source, then to know that the money didn't, or the Bitcoin in this case,
Mhm.
didn't lose value. And in fact, it's appreciated
Yeah.
significantly by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no,
that's,
imagine not having to worry about inflation, but the exact opposite. Imagine if, like, by not doing anything, uh, I mean, as long as you don't spend it, you're making money. Like it's incredible, and it's yeah. Diversifying your portfolio is always a good idea.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, Jay, where can our listeners find out more about you?
Yes. So the best way is just visit the site, bestpaymentprocessor.xyz. They'll have a landing page to talk us all about what we do, how we do it. You can get in contact with us there. Because yeah, we'd love to come in and help you maximize your business. Think of it kind of like it's like any new technology, right? In I believe World War I, the Germans were the first to figure out how to mount a machine gun on an airplane, right? And so this was amazing because you weren't shooting off your propellers,
Yeah.
and it led to air superiority. But one of their planes crashed, the other side figured out how to build it. They had it in their sky, and then pretty soon it's even. And so with any new technology, the earlier, the faster you adopt it, the more you're going to get those benefits and really supercharge your business. But yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing. So everyone, I'll be sure to include the link to Jay's website, best payment process. Is it process or processor? Pro
processor.xyz.
.xyz right down below. So that's a click away. And Jay, thank you so much. It's been such an informative discussion. And for everyone who tuned in today, if you have any ideas that you'd like to share, we love hearing your thoughts. You can leave us a comment down below. And you can also send us an email at jointheconversation@petitequeen.com if you have specific questions or would like to suggest a topic for discussion. And of course, to stay current on all our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, amazing episodes like this, you can sign up for our weekly wisdoms newsletter at petitetoqueen.com. And as an added incentive, Jay and I are both going to be on the Money Maximizer Summit in January. And if you are on our email list, you're going to get all the information so that you can sign up for this free summit, which is going to be packed with lots of great value and advice and insights. So I want to thank everyone for listening. And Jay, thank you so much. This has been such a great conversation.
Yeah, I hope I didn't get too technical on you guys. It's great to be here. Thank you so much.